Description of the life cycle of flowering plants. Life cycle of flowering plants follow a well-defined life cycle, which includes distinct stages of growth, reproduction, and seed formation. The cycle ensures the continuation of plant species and is completed in the following stages. 1. Seed stage. The life cycle begins with a seed, which contains a tiny embryo and stored nutrients. The seed remains dormant until it receives favorable conditions for germination. 2. Germination. When conditions are right, the seed absorbs water and swells. The radicle emerges first, anchoring the plant in the soil. The plumule then grows upwards toward the light. The plant now starts photosynthesis and produces its own food. 3. Seedling stage. The young plant, called a seedling, develops its first true leaves. It continues to grow by absorbing water, sunlight, and nutrients. The root system expands to support the plant's growth. 4. Vegetative growth. The plant grows larger, leaves, stronger stems, and deeper roots. This stage focuses on energy production through photosynthesis. The plant stores nutrients for the next phase, flowering. 5. Flowering stage. When the plant reaches maturity, it produces flowers. Flowers contain reproductive organs. Stamens produce pollen. Carpel contains ovules inside the ovary. 6. Pollination. Pollen grains are transferred from the stamen to the pistil. Pollination can occur via insects, wind, water, or animals. Once pollen reaches the pistil, fertilization occurs. 7. Fertilization and seed formation. The pollen travels down the pistil and fertilizes the ovary. The fertilized zeal develops into a seed, while the ovary grows into a fruit. The fruit protects the seeds and aids in 8. Seed dispersal. Seeds are spread by wind, water, animals. Dispersal helps seeds find new locations for growth. 9. New growth. The cycle repeats. When a dispersed seed lands in a suitable environment, it germinates and begins the cycle again. This cycle continues, ensuring the survival and reproduction of flowering plants across generations. Demonstrate the conditions necessary for germination of a seed and sustained growth of the seedling. Conditions necessary for germination and sustained growth of a seedling. Germination is the process by which a seed grows into a new plant. For successful germination and continued seedling growth, the following conditions must be met. Conditions necessary for germination. 1. Water. Seeds need water to soften the seed coat and activate enzymes that break down stored food. Water helps in the swelling and splitting of the seed so that the root and shoot can emerge. 2. Oxygen. Oxygen is essential for cellular respiration, which provides energy for seed growth. Without oxygen, the seed cannot produce enough energy to sprout. Overwatering can block oxygen supply, leading to failed germination. 3. Suitable temperature. Seeds require an optimal temperature range. Too cold slows down metabolism, while too hot can kill the embryo. For proper soil or growing medium. A good growing medium provides nutrients, air, and water to support germination. Seeds can also germinate in damp cotton, sand, or paper towels in controlled conditions. 5. Light or darkness. Some seeds need light to germinate, while others require darkness. Most seeds, however, germinate in the soil, where light is not essential. 2. Conditions for sustained seedling growth. Once germinated, a seedling requires sunlight, essential for photosynthesis, which provides energy for further growth. Nutrients. The growing plant needs essential minerals like nitrogen for leaf growth, phosphorus for roots, and potassium for overall health. Proper spacing. Avoid overcrowding to prevent competition for nutrients, light, and air. Water balance. Too little water causes wilting, while too much can cause root rot. Protection from pests and diseases. Seedlings are vulnerable and may require pest control or natural predators. Explanation of how knowledge about life cycle of flowering plants is important in vegetable crop production. Importance of understanding the life cycle of flowering plants in vegetable crop production. Knowledge of the life cycle of flowering plants is crucial in vegetable farming because it helps farmers and gardeners optimize plant growth, improve yield, and manage crops effectively. Here's how this knowledge is applied. 1. Selecting the right crops for each season. Different vegetables have different growth cycles. Farmers must plan planting schedules based on the plant's life cycle and seasonal conditions. Example: lettuce and spinach can be grown multiple times a year. Tomatoes and peppers need longer growing seasons. 2. Timing of planting and harvesting. Understanding when a plant flowers and fruits helps. Farmers know the best time for planting and harvesting. Example: cabbage needs a full season to form a head before harvesting. Radishes and lettuce are harvested in a few weeks. 3. Pollination management for fruit-bearing vegetables. Some vegetables require pollination to set fruit. Farmers encourage natural pollinators or use hand pollination to increase yield. 4. Proper use of fertilizers and soil management. Different life cycle stages require different nutrients. Seedling stage needs nitrogen for leaf development. Flowering and fruiting stage needs phosphorus and potassium to encourage flowers and fruit. Proper fertilization ensures healthy plants and high-quality vegetables. 5. Disease and pest control. Certain pests and diseases attack crops at specific life cycle stages. Farmers use crop rotation, pest-resistant varieties, and organic pesticides to protect crops. Example, aphids attack young seedlings, while fungal diseases thrive during flowering. 6. Seed production and storage for vegetable crops that are grown for seed production. Farmers must understand the full life cycle to allow plants to reach maturity and seed formation. Proper seed collection ensures high-quality seeds for future planting. 7. Sustainable crop rotation and soil conservation. Rotating crops based on their life cycles prevents soil depletion and pest buildup. Example, legumes enrich the soil with nitrogen, benefiting future crops like tomatoes or carrots. Conclusion, understanding the life cycle of flowering plants helps farmers and vegetable growers improve crop yield and quality, optimize planting and harvesting schedules, manage fertilization and soil health, control pests and diseases, effectively produce healthy seeds for future planting. Guide to managing specific vegetable crops based on their life cycle. Below is a detailed management guide for different types of vegetable crops based on their life cycle, from planting to harvesting and seed production. 1. Leafy vegetables growth cycle. Annuals, biennials grown as annuals. Best practices. Planting. Grow from seeds or transplants in well-drained soil. Lettuce and spinach prefer cool weather. Care and maintenance. Water regularly to prevent wilting. Apply nitrogen-rich fertilizers to encourage leafy growth. Harvesting. Leafy greens can be harvested multiple times by cutting outer leaves. Cabbage is harvested once the head forms. Seed production. Allow plants to bolt if collecting seeds for next season. 2. Root vegetables. Growth cycle. Biennials best practices. Planting directly, sow seeds into loose, well-aerated soil. Avoid transplanting to prevent root damage. Care and maintenance. Keep soil moist but not water. Thin seedlings to prevent overcrowding. Harvesting. Radishes mature quickly. Carrots and beets take 60 to 90 days. Potatoes are harvested when leaves turn yellow and die back. Seed production. Allow biennials to overwinter and flower in the second year. 3. Fruit-bearing vegetables. Growth cycle. Annuals. Some varieties of eggplant can be short-lived, perennials in warm climates. Best practices. Planting. Grow from seeds or seedlings. Provide support for climbing plants like cucumbers. Care and maintenance. Pollination is key. Encourage bees or hand-pollinate if necessary. Apply phosphorus and potassium for flowering and fruit development. Water consistently to prevent fruit cracking. Harvesting. Pick fruits when fully ripened to encourage continuous production. Cucumbers and squash are best harvested before seeds harden. Seed production. Allow fruits to fully ripen before extracting seeds for next season. 4. Legumes. Growth cycle. Annuals. Best practices. Planting. Directly. Sow seeds into the soil. Provide trellises for climbing varieties. Care and maintenance. Fixes nitrogen into the soil, reducing fertilizer needs. Avoid overwatering to prevent root rot. Harvesting. Pick young pods for fresh eating. Allow pods to dry on the plant for seed collection. Seed production. Description of the principles in crop production. ChatGPT said, Principles of crop production. Crop production involves a set of scientific and management principles that ensure maximum yield, sustainability, and efficiency in farming. Below are the key principles. 1. Soil management and fertility. Soil testing. Analyze soil nutrients, pH levels, and structure before planting. Fertilization. Apply organic or inorganic fertilizers to replenish essential nutrients. Crop rotation. Alternating crops to prevent soil depletion and pest buildup. Organic matter addition. Use compost, manure, and cover crops to improve soil structure and fertility. 2. Crop selection and planting. Right crop for the right season. Select crops suitable for climate and soil type. Seed quality. Use high-quality, disease-free, and genetically improved seeds. Planting techniques. Follow proper spacing, depth, and timing to optimize growth. Nursery preparation. Some crops require transplanting from nurseries. 3. Water management irrigation systems. Use drip irrigation, sprinklers, or furrow irrigation to provide adequate water. Water conservation. Apply mulching, rainwater, harvesting, and efficient irrigation techniques. Drainage control. Prevent waterlogging and soil erosion. 4. Weed management, timely weeding. Remove weeds early to reduce competition for nutrients, light, and water. Mulching, cover soil with organic or plastic. Mulch to suppress weed growth. Chemical control. Apply herbicides carefully to avoid harming crops. Crop spacing. Proper spacing helps minimize weed growth. 5. Pest and disease control. Integrated pest management. Use a combination of biological, cultural, mechanical, and chemical control methods. Crop rotation and companion planting. Reduces pest infestation naturally. Use of resistant varieties. Select crop varieties that are resistant to common pests and diseases. Chemical control. Apply pesticides responsibly to avoid harming beneficial insects. 6. Proper harvesting and post-harvest handling. Timely harvesting prevents losses due to overripening or proper storage. Store grains in dry, well-ventilated areas to prevent mold and pests. Sorting and packaging ensures quality before selling in the market. Value addition. Processing crops increases profitability. 7. Sustainable farming practices. Organic farming reduces chemical use and maintains soil health. Agroforestry, combining trees with crops for shade, wind protection, and soil enrichment. Conservation tillage minimizes soil disturbance to prevent erosion. Use of renewable energy, solar-powered irrigation, and eco-friendly machinery reduce environmental impact. Conclusion, understanding, and applying these principles leads to higher yields, sustainable farming, reduced losses, environmental conservation. Detailed guide on specific farming methods and crop production plan. Below is a structured guide covering various farming methods and a crop production plan to help maximize yield and ensure sustainability. Farming methods. 1. Conventional farming uses chemical fertilizers, pesticides, and advanced machinery. Focuses on high yields and large-scale production. Relies on hybrid and genetically modified seeds for improved resistance. Pros: high productivity, faster crop maturity, effective pest and weed control. Cons: soil degradation due to excessive chemical use. Environmental pollution. 2. Organic farming avoids synthetic chemicals, uses natural compost, manure, and encourages crop rotation and biological pest control. Pros: improves soil fertility, reduces health risks from chemicals, environmentally friendly. Cons: lower yields initially, requires more labor and knowledge. 3. Mixed farming combines crop cultivation and livestock keeping on the same farm. Manure from animals enriches soil fertility. Pros: diversifies income sources, reduces risks of crop failure, improves soil structure. Cons: requires more space and management, disease control for livestock is critical. 4. Agroforestry, growing trees alongside crops for shade, wind protection, and soil enrichment. Trees provide timber, fuelwood, and additional income. Pros: enhances biodiversity, reduces soil erosion, provides long-term economic benefits. Cons: trees may compete with crops for nutrients, requires careful planning. 5. Hydroponics and greenhouse farming, soilless farming using nutrient-rich water solutions. Greenhouses control temperature, humidity, and pests. Pros: higher yield per unit, area, reduced water usage. Year-round production. Cons: high setup cost, requires technical expertise. 2. Crop production plan. Step 1. Crop selection, choose crops based on climate conditions, soil type, and fertility. Market demand and profitability. Step 2. Land preparation, clear land of weeds and previous crop residues. Plow, harrow, and level the land for better seedbed preparation. Apply organic matter for soil fertility. Step 3. Seed selection and planting. Use certified high-quality seeds to ensure good germination. Follow the recommended spacing and planting depth. Use nurseries for crops like tomatoes, onions, and peppers, then transplant. Step 4. Soil and water management. Apply fertilizers based on soil test results. Nitrogen for leafy growth, phosphorus for strong roots and flowering, potassium for disease resistance and fruit development. Irrigate using drip irrigation, sprinkler irrigation, rain-fed farming. Step 5. Weed, pest, and disease control. Regular weeding to prevent competition. Use biological pest control. Apply herbicides and pesticides responsibly to avoid chemical resistance. Step 6. Harvesting and post-harvest. Handling harvest at the right time to maintain quality. Store in dry, ventilated areas to prevent mold and pests. Process crops for value addition. 3. Crop rotation. Plan a 4-year crop rotation cycle for sustainable soil management. Your crop type example. Crops benefit. 1. Legumes, beans, peas, fixes nitrogen to root crops. Carrots, potatoes, improves soil aeration. 3. Leafy crops. Cabbage, spinach, uses moderate nutrients for fruit crops. Tomatoes, peppers, prevents disease buildup. Conclusion: choose the right farming method based on resources and goals. Follow a structured crop production plan for maximum efficiency. Implement sustainable practices to maintain long-term soil health. Use crop rotation to improve soil fertility and reduce pests.